This is $400 worth of tech from TEMU, but how good is it? What's going on, guys? My name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here on DansTube.TV. And today I've got a sponsored video with TEMU. They gave me a budget of $400. I wasn't even able to spend the full amount. So this is just under $400 and I chose all tech-based products. I really wanted to see how good their technology is and whether it's worthwhile. Are these good gifts? Are these good for, content creators or everyday use? Or is it a gimmick? So these are the 5 products I got from TEMU, and most of these I actually got for my partner, because she does a lot of content online, and I thought I'll get her some practical things just to see how they all work. And overall, I'm really impressed. I wanted to go through each product and talk through, what they offer and what I've actually got here. But this is what we got, right? There's a monopod. This little stand here is a MagSafe stand. It's got a little clip, so you can clip it onto your bag, and then it will stand up, or you can hold it as a selfie stick. There's all sorts of things you can do with this thing. Then I got a body camera here, which is cool. It just clips onto your belt or your backpack or whatever it may be. I got a digital camera here, a 4K digital camera with a flippy screen, which is kind of cool. And then this here, which is a MagSafe screen, basically. You attach it to the back of your phone like so. So then if I'm using the rear camera, I can still see what's happening from the actual camera without having to flip the phone around constantly. Like I said before, this video has been sponsored by TEMU, so a huge thank you to them. They gave me a budget to pick up all of the different products that I've got here. Keeping in mind, though, all of my opinions throughout this video are my own. They haven't influenced any of my opinions throughout the video. And I really wanted to showcase just what exactly it is that you get here, and then also showcase them in a real-world scenario so you can see how the tech can be used. If you are interested in any of the products that I showcase in this video, there will be some details down below as well as a link. There's a code that you can use that's exclusive for my audience to save, and I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, but it all will be down below, so make sure to check that all out. I'm going to go through each product and talk through them and showcase what I was able to get with each product, talk through the experience, the unboxing, all that kind of stuff. Now, I wanted to start off by saying that the ordering process was super easy. I had no issues with that. I've actually never used TEMU before, so this was my first time using it for this sponsored video, which is kind of cool. And the experience was seamless, right? I ordered the product and it came within about a week or so. A week and a half is roughly what it took to get to me in Australia. Really, really fast, seamless process. And then I was able to grab everything and start immediately. And everything just worked straight away. I didn't even have to read the manuals of any of these kind of products. And sometimes that's what I find. If you're not spending too much on a product, sometimes that's where it's lacking, right? Just the usability can be a bit awkward. But I found with all of these products, and they're tech-based products, right? We've got a digital camera here, a 4K digital camera, and we've got a body camera as well. And even the screen, right? This little screen here, I thought maybe it was going to be a little bit fiddly, but literally you just pull down, you press screen mirroring, you then choose the screen, right? And then it will literally connect, and I've immediately got it connected right now. So I can go in to my camera, like so, and there we go. It was literally that simple, and that's what I loved about it. Same with the camera, really easy to set up. It already came with an included micro SD, so that just immediately started working. And then same with the body camera as well. I thought this might be a little bit fiddly, but overall the experience was just so easy, which is great. That's what you want with technology. You don't want to have to fumble around and update all sorts of things and change settings and try to figure it out through a manual or through an app or whatever. These just worked all seamlessly without having to think about it. I'm actually going to start off by talking about this little magnetic screen here. So it's a magnetic selfie screen. And I noticed these were actually really popular for quite some time. And that's why I decided to get it. I got it for my partner because I know that she does a lot of content where she just props up her phone and she can't see the framing. So as you can see, I can prop it up, I can use the far superior rear-facing cameras and then still frame up the shot and see how everything works. There's a tiny, tiny delay, which you would expect when you're screen mirroring, like a tiny delay. But once you've framed up the shot, that's really all you need. And there's a few options. You can adjust the brightness, you can flip it upside down, the feed. You can also change the aspect ratio so you can stretch it out, or you can make it more of a natural look. There's a USB-C and an on and off switch. So really simple stuff. But I found that this was, like I said, super easy to connect connect up. Straight when you power it on, it tells you how to connect it up. You then screen mirror, put in the code, and it worked instantly. I didn't have to do anything else with it. And then on top of that, you also get this little remote control here. And this connected up seamlessly again, and it just gives me the option to press that shutter button to either capture photos or start the recording. And again, this also connected up really easily. I thought this was going to be a fiddly setup. Both of these worked nicely. So yeah, overall, can't really expect more from it. It does exactly what it says. The unboxing experience was pretty basic, but it does come with a manual. It comes with a charging cable, comes with a little remote control. It's packaged quite nicely. And I know that she's going to use this for her content. So for me, this was a great option. The MagSafe connection as well is really solid. Like that does not come off at all. That's one of the biggest things. You don't want it to wiggle around, and it's solid, really solid connection there. And the functionality of it is basic, right? It's just screen mirroring, but they give you some options with the button inputs here. And I found that this did a great job when I wanted to frame up different videos. And yeah, super simple stuff. I will have listings displayed on the screen so you can see how much the product is and what you're getting from the unit. That's what that little display looks like when you connect it up. It's just a simple breakdown of how to actually connect it. And then from there, you don't even need to use the MagSafe. So you don't have to connect it up to the back of your device. You can literally use it as a remote monitor, right? So I can have it like this, for example, and my phone's all the way over here, but you can see I can connect it up, and that's the kind of delay that you're expecting, right? It's a tiny little delay. If you move it fast, you can kind of see that little bit of delay there. That's the only issue really, but that's kind of expected with this kind of technology. That's the first product that I started testing, and I have been impressed with it. I think it does exactly what you need it to do. I know that these were really hyped, like a lot of people wanted these, and this is a good price point for what you're getting here, and it just works simply. It's a simple setup. Now let's talk about this digital camera here, because this is a 4K digital camera with a little flippy screen, a little selfie screen. They say that the zoom on it is 18 times. It's an f2.8mm. The f-stop is 5mm, and the macro is 52mm. So it gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what you're getting here. It's a 64 megapixel camera, they state. It's got zooming options, playback, you've got photo, video, all sorts of settings on top here. There are a bunch of options on top as well that you can go between, the shutter button, the power button. It's a simple setup, right? It is a very, very simple setup, but I was pretty impressed with how this worked. Considering its price point, it's not an expensive camera, so you can't be expecting anything crazy impressive, right? But what I see with a lot of these products is that they're amazing gift. Like if you have someone that's into technology, maybe your nephew's really into technology, your son, your daughter, your cousin, your uncle, whoever, like someone's really into technology and they're wanting something like this. They want a little camera because they're going on a holiday soon and they want something a bit more tactile instead of their phone. They want something like this. This is a cool little gift idea. Now, I do want to say with this unit, video quality was decent. Wasn't the best thing I've ever seen, but it was pretty decent. I found that the focusing was quite nice as well. There's actually like a different level to the button. With the shutter button, there's actually 2 levels to it. So you can press it once and that will pull the focus, and then you press it down a bit further and that will capture the photo or the video. So that felt really nice. It's a natural feel to a camera. The flippy screen works really nicely as well. And I found that I was able to get some pretty decent videos, but it did fall apart when you started walking. Like stabilization on this unit just isn't there, doesn't have the best stabilization, and at times the focus can pull a little bit awkwardly if you don't have it. I found that if you use the first phase with the shutter button, it will actually pull the focus and it will go green to let you know this is what we're focused in on, and then you push it down a little bit further and it will start the recording. That's what I started doing later into my kind of test with this, and that made it a lot more clear. The clarity of the image was nice, the footage looked great across the board, and I found that I was able to just kind of pull this out, boot it up really quickly and capture content. Battery life was decent. The footage looks pretty good from it. Again, not an expensive camera, so you can't be expecting anything amazing, but decent. Pretty decent video, decent photo, and the experience with it was nice. There's a lot of options in the menu, a lot of different modes that you've got available, and the fact that you can just flip up the screen, so if you have it stationary somewhere, it's going to look good. I found that when I was actually doing a lot of the selfie videos, it just couldn't light the scene that well. It was struggling to light my face. It was like quite dark. It was shadowy. Even when I was turning around, I just couldn't get that right. I don't know what was going on with that. It might just be a limitation of the actual sensor. But besides that, if I was capturing other stuff out and about, it was great. And if I was going with static shots and just capturing something, really good stuff. The zoom was nice. So it's a decent little digital camera. Again, is this something that you should buy if you're a content creator? Probably not. It's not for that type of stuff. So like if you're wanting to become a YouTuber, for example, probably not the camera you should start with, but a great gift and great for travel. Great just as a little tactile camera to have with you. It feels very nice in the hand. It's got a nice build quality and lots of options. So fun just to have with you. A great little gift, I think, for anyone that's, about to go traveling and they want something. This could be a cool little gift. The next product that I tested out is this little body camera here. Now, this little thing actually impressed me. The stabilization on it was more impressive than the digital camera that I just showed you. And I guess that makes sense because it's attached to your body typically. So you would hope that it can adjust to any sort of movement as you're walking or if you're on a bike or if you're whatever, right? If you're jogging, doing something. So really cool little system here, quite simple, but again, so easy to set up. Like I just connected my micro SD and then you just press OK on the side to start recording. It was literally that simple. Battery life was great. The audio on it has even got a built-in microphone. That was pretty decent. And there's a little clipping mechanism. So you can clip it onto your belt, which is what I did. There's also a 1/4-inch screw, so you can mount it on. If you wanted to mount it onto your handlebars, you want to mount it onto your car somewhere. Really simple stuff. So quite versatile with that. It is USB-C, nice and simple to charge that way. The screen on it's quite large actually, which is cool to see. And then on top of that, you do have full control over the camera. So you can adjust it. You can have it pointing back at you. You can have it pointing forward, or you can have it pointing up, which then allows you to hold it a little bit more subtly, almost like a remote control. So works quite nicely in those kind of scenarios. Video quality isn't the best as you would expect from quite a small little unit here. It can take a bit of time to really light the scene properly. And at times it was like upside down. If like I go that selfie mode, it's upside down. So you'd have to flip the footage in post-production, but not a major issue because I think if you're going to clip it onto yourself, it's more so just to have that footage. And the fact that you can actually mount it up with a 1/4-inch screw, I could see people using that like on a bicycle, for example, mounting it on so that they've got that video feed, even from behind, right? In case there's any sort of accidents. Great for something like that. Great to connect up to your car or whatever it may be. Battery life, like I said, was actually pretty decent. So you could always just like have it plugged in at all times if it's in your car. And then it almost becomes a dash camera at that point. But I think that this did a great job overall. It's nice and simple to use. Again, that's kind of the experience across the board with all this technology I've tested from TEMU, is that it just worked. I didn't have to think about anything. And I love that with technology. When it's just a plug and play system where you just get it out the box and start going, that's so handy. Something like this where you can just pick it up, mount it onto whatever it is that you're mounting it onto, and you don't have to think about it from that point on is just great. The fact that it's so easy to just access the micro SD, you can have it plugged in at all times, whatever you need to do. And this system is a body camera, but I think a dash camera as well is kind of how you could use it. It clips on, you can mount it on, big screen on it as well. So yeah, I think this is great. The microphone on it as well, like it's just got everything for such a cheap price point. Like it's a great price point for what you're getting here. And if you, again, know someone who has been talking about this, like they're out and about cycling all the time and they've noticed that there's road rage or whatever it may be, they can very simply mount this to their bike. It's got audio because it's got a microphone, it's got a screen, it's got so many options, right? So something like this could be great as a gift and a lot of fun. Like even if you've got a young person that you're buying a gift for, this could be their first fun little camera to start using. It's just fun. It's a cool little system, rotating camera, and I had no major issues with it. Camera quality is definitely not there. So if you're looking for camera quality, that's not why you would be buying this. But for just the functionality of it and the form factor of it, this is a fun little gift. There's also this little MagSafe stand here. And I've seen a bunch of these online as well. And this was another thing I thought would be perfect for my partner. Like I said, I kind of got all of these as a gift for my partner. She makes a lot of content and I find that she just props up her phone a lot of the time and she'll prop it up against something like a deck of cards or a mug or something like that. But this just removes any sort of resistance when it comes to her filming. So all she needs to do is magnetically connect it on, really, really solid fit. And at that point, it can actually become a selfie stick. So you could hold it like that and it becomes a selfie stick, right? And you can rotate it because it's still MagSafe. So that's really simple. It also can just simply clip onto your bag. So you can just clip that on somewhere on your bag, whatever that may be. It folds away nice and small like so. But then when you unfold it, it then opens up to become a full stand. So it can stand like so. You can angle it this way so that it stands, a little bit higher. Or if you want it a bit lower, again, it stands like that. So there's a fair bit of customization there. The little feet fold away. And yeah, there's a lot of different angles that you can put this in. And then it just folds away into a small, neat little package. and then magnetically connects on to the device. So yeah, this is a simple little product. There's nothing really else to it, but I have seen a lot of these going around. I saw a lot of these online that people were using for their setups, and I thought this would be great for my partner. It's exactly what she does. She just sets up her phone, and this would literally take away that whole hurdle of, okay, I'm going to put up some cards here and put a mug here and try to, hold the phone up awkwardly. This is literally just an all-in-one system that allows her to do that. And it's very solid. Like that MagSafe connection is extremely solid. And just a simple little design with the clip as well. So you can just clip that onto your backpack, for example, and then you've got like a simple little tripod system that also works as a stand, also works as a selfie pole. Like really, really cool stuff here. Again, I'm going back to what I've been saying, but what a cool gift. It's not too expensive and super versatile and easy to use. Like if anyone's talking about making content, which a lot of people are wanting to make content, especially young people, this is a cool little gift. Such a cool little like Christmas gift. If you don't want to spend too much and you know that they're into it, you know that they're making some stuff with their phone, really, really easy stuff. Even for someone who just wants to watch YouTube or they want to watch content, right? This is literally then a stand for their phone. So they can turn it this way, they can turn it horizontally, and they've got a full stand for their phone. So when they're sitting watching their content, they don't have to think about it, right? And then the final piece I got is this monopod here. So my partner, again, makes a lot of content where she's propping up her phone like that, and she wants it to be really close to the table when she's making her content. So a tripod is just too awkward and cumbersome, but her other monopod just doesn't stand up. It's kind of leaning and all sorts of things. So I thought, let's get a really wide base for her. And so full customization here, you can push it right down like so, and that's easily going to fit underneath a table for her. And then that gives her so much more range of motion. All the locking mechanisms feel great. There's rubber grips here for each thread. That feels really nice. There's a lot of different accessories that it comes with. So you've got the little like head on top here with the little screwing mechanism. It does come with this, which is for her phone as well. So you can turn that sideways. It also has a cold shoe mount on top, so you can mount up like a microphone receiver or a light or really anything. So that's quite handy. I liked that. Really simple mechanism, and I found it was super simple to set up. It's literally a monopod, so you kind of know what you know what to expect from a monopod, right? But again, just a high quality product. Does not feel cheap in the slightest. That little mechanism there is great. That's exactly what I was looking for. That super wide base for her. And then it just folds away when we go away on our little trips, folds away into a nice little package. Obviously you can remove everything on top here, and there's a nice simple little screwing mechanism on top. And then it becomes such a small little compact system that you can take with you anywhere. So this is ideal for her. So yeah, again, great gift. This is such a cool gift. She's going to love this when I hand this over to her. So that's everything that I got from TEMU, and for just under $400, I got 5 products. A couple of them are gifts. Some of them are for me just to kind of test out, but the majority of them I went for gift ideas because I thought, let's test this out. Let's see how this is actually going to work as a gift and how it would work in a real world scenario. And again, you probably realize that all of them are really good. Like for the price point, they're doing a great job. They're not exceptional because you're not spending thousands of dollars, but they do exactly what you want. And the fact that I had no issues with setting anything up, there was no hurdles to try to update software or figure out the settings on this. It just literally worked straight out of the box. That was exactly what I was wanting. And that's a perfect gift, right? When you can give someone something, let's say on Christmas, they open it up and then in that moment they can use it immediately. They don't have to like figure the whole process out. That is so cool for a gift. So I've actually been really impressed here with the tech that TEMU has available. Considering the price point, like a lot of these were relatively cheap because 5 products for under $400. You would have seen all of the listings pop up as I went through each product, but they're not expensive. So great in that gift price range, I would say, for a lot of people. And you can spend more on TEMU and get some even higher quality stuff. But considering what I spent here and what I got, I'm actually really impressed. I think this is, for me, this is actually a bit of a game changer for gift ideas. And I'm excited to use more of their technology because I think if I just spent a little bit more again, the quality is going to be there. And then it's well worth like someone like me who's actually doing content full time or part-time, kind of full-time. There's actually some cool stuff on there that I wanted to get that was just outside of my budget. But for this price point to get all of this, I've been really impressed, like blown away with what you can get. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check those links down below and the description and everything to figure out how to get that saving and how to get all the products that I showed in this video. And let me know your thoughts down below. If you've got some other really cool technology from TEMU, then link it down below. Let us know. I'm keen to see what other people are getting on there. And I'll chat to you in the next one, guys. Peace.